Hello everyone, welcome to Ring Diaries here at COU Family TV with me, Phiona Mbowa. Ring Diaries is all about marriages. Whether you're getting into marriage, whether you've been married or you're planning your marriage, we are here to share with you topics to help you navigate marriage as God destined it to be. And we bring you real people sharing real experiences. And I keep telling us, one, there's no expert in marriage. So it's not that we are experts, we are just here to share stories and see how we can make your marriage better. And with me today is Reverend Patrick Kamara Abwooli. You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Who's been married for over 20 years, so he has a bit of experience. You're very welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And because of the so many titles, allow me ask you to introduce your so many titles, because I don't want to miss out even one.
Well, the titles wouldn't actually be such an important thing for our viewers, but like you said, by the grace of God, I'm the Reverend Patrick Kamara.
Yes.
And the pet name is important in Toro, called Abwooli. We don't shout at each other's names. Culturally, since we are going to talk about culture, we don't just shout and say Kamara. No, just call me Abwooli. Because it's a cultural setting and a cultural system imbibed in people's lives that you must respect everybody.
So how do these pet names come about?
There are quite a number of them, but when you are born, they give you a pet name, either because of how you have come. Maybe you are beautiful or handsome, or you are peaceful, or you are noisy, or you are, right after that time. Now that will be a story for another day.
Maybe an Abwooli is the noisy one.
No. Just when you look at, there's a small lion called a cat, a pussy cat.
Okay.
It's very simple, very loving, very, as you look at it, everyone will want to carry it and whatever. So I think they saw something like that.
Oh, that is We're in Toro, one of our friends is from there, and we went as a group and they gave us all pet names.
Yes.
I think I've forgotten mine. But anyway, it's a pleasure to have you here.
You're welcome.
And today we're talking about cross-cultural, traditional, like the different traditions of different cultures versus the modern cultures that we have brought up ourselves. I don't know if some of them, we are getting them as we move. And these are some of the things that affect us in marriage. So what are some of the challenges we face, especially when we are looking at traditional versus the modern traditions in our marriages?
First of all, friends and sister Phiona, I want to say, cultures are dynamic. They are not static. And so that dynamism brings about the changes you are seeing today. Every time, and you must be able to adapt. So adaptation makes a culture advance into new things than what it was in the past. Like, for example, in the past, in Toro or even other areas in Toro and other neighbors, we wouldn't just get a wife for yourself as you're growing as a young man. Your family had to go and look at another family, and they say, I think this is worth a family to marry from. Or to marry into. And then you get married into that family, and they also either accept you or refuse you.
Okay.
You see? And so that shaped the way how we behave, the way how we make friends, the way how we help one another, how we look after each other, and how we keep our own values. But today, just your children jump from nowhere and they have somebody. And at worst, somebody is telling you we're expectant and we cannot go to church when we are like this. So you have to work it out and walk along.
I have someone recently who told their father they were wedding a month before. So I'm imagining here we're used to, as a parent, I have to be involved, I have to choose the spouse, and here they tell you a month before the wedding when everything is sorted.
You're already overtaken. So those are the dynamics that come in slowly, and I think the biggest thing in culture are when you are beginning to know each other. You're always in honeymoon, learning things. You're so excited about what is happening. But as you go on, you begin getting cultural shocks.
But Reverend, actually, before we get into the culture shocks, when you talk about differences in culture, someone will look at Phiona at Kunda getting married to Mbowa, like because of the difference in cultures. But is it just for us who are from different cultures, or it even people who are married to the same cultures can get issues?
That's a very key question. And if we may go back to a little bit of the definition of culture, it is a set of beliefs. So now every family you see has a set of beliefs.
Okay.
Including your own relatives, your own brothers and sisters. You don't have the same beliefs.
That's true, yes.
I have realized when we go in some of our families, you find that the workers and other people eat from the kitchen. And they know their boundaries.
And they are all okay with it.
And they're all okay with it. And then for you, you come with your culture because you know in your home, everyone sits on the table and you use forks.
And knives.
And knives. And others with a set of 6 forks and knives and then 4 spoons. And everyone is wondering, what is this? And that's when you see the one who is used to washing and he'll tell you, I need to wash my hands and feel my food.
Even when they have 6 forks on the table.
And your relatives. And your relatives. So that one is also a culture. So we need to know that these cultural beliefs or challenges are not only according to tribes, clans, and nations and races. No. They stem from every family.
Each individual.
Exactly. Exactly.
So that also takes away the stereotype of all Baganda like this, all Banyankola like this, because every individual has their own belief. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, actually there is a lot of stereotyping. And that stereotyping causes cultural clashes. Because I can assure you, recently I was counseling somebody who told me that they had failed to go to school over years, and they studied and reached a minimal level of diploma. But this one comes up with a family that I cannot mention, or a tribe that I cannot mention here, with subjudices and stereotyping, and says, if it was not so and so, I wouldn't have done my degree, even my master's, and now I'm doing my PhD. I said, what do you mean? He said, you remember, these ones could never eat with these ones, and these ones, it was a taboo. But now the guy who gave me is a typical this one, 311. Wow. And I said, wow. So, in other words, whereas there are challenges, there are also opportunities in culture. Yes.
Okay. What are some of the challenges we face with the difference in cultures?
Well, the biggest challenges that we face in every culture will be an issue of communication.
Okay. How is that?
You can imagine when you're in Ankole or Ruchiga and you start talking with somebody from Teso or from Buganda, if it's not, you know, they will not even hear what you are saying.
That's true.
And then their languages, when they are talking, it's as if they are fighting.
Like they are so rough.
Yes,
like,
exactly. Okay. So you may be insecure and say, are they planning to finish me?
When for them they're having a
loving conversation. You know, then there are words that you speak. Like if you are here and you say, Shtama, somebody says, what? Squatting. So all these words, you've got to know that they have differences and they mean different things. But what is important is for you to be a good listener, for you to be flexible, and you to be ready to adapt into some of the things. But also you need to build a lot of love around different people.
Okay.
You get it?
So and I think most of us come into marriage already prepared. I don't know if you've seen that. Like you're already on the defensive of what, even before something happens, you're expecting it. So you talk about communication. Now imagine a young couple. Of course, with marriage comes, you're coming from a different family, joining this family. How would I prepare myself? or communicate what my beliefs are without hurting the other person.
Now, there is no one way fitting all things. But the first thing I encourage couples is that do not rush into marriage when you know that the person you're working with is not actually clear, or you're not clear to their cultures and whatever they do. Learn their language. Read.
Learn their language?
Yes, basics.
Wow.
I need some food. Can I rest? Greetings. Are you okay? What's wrong with you? Some of these words sound like music if you have somebody from a different culture and here that person is asking you in your language.
Yes.
You know, it draws somebody closer to know what this person is committed. And so they will find time to invest with you in discussing in their languages or teaching even some of the words or jargons in languages. That's one. I happen to be one of those who love traveling. So before you travel, make sure you learn a few languages that are used in that country. How to get to the next taxi, how to get to the next hotel,
and the basics
how
of how
to
to
get
ask for
food, and how to pray, how to say God bless you. You need to know their kind of beliefs of faith, also their faith clashes. You know, you need to learn your partner's life. And there is a lot of write-ups, much as most of the cultures have not written enough. But there is a lot to read. Read and research.
I'm actually shocked. That is not something I have had people try. But realize you can be married for 20 years and you don't know the other person's language at all.
And that's pride.
How is it pride?
It's pride. Because if I love you the way you are. The whole of you.
You know, we can use English. Like, where are we learning these languages?
Now, that's also good, and we pay school fees for all these languages. Now, one day, just a quick story. I was with somebody, and this one says, sponsor, and this one could not get exactly what they were saying. So now, in Latin, the word spouse has something to do with binding together or tying together. And so even the handcuffs are also sponsored. So and so the next guard had to pick the handcuffs and say, which one?
Oh my God.
So somebody was going to be on handcuffs because of calling a spouse. The other one is saying, this is a spouse of mine. And so you need to know languages and be flexible to communicate with your partner. I have heard what you're saying, Phiona, back in Toro. There are people who came many years, I don't want to mention, but you find them stuck to their language.
Yes.
They are stuck to their language. Maybe it's a strategy. Like, for example, you realize that when we are growing, we knew that if you wanted any traditional food well prepared, which is unique, then you have to go to a Baganda restaurant.
Yes.
And so some people have come with that language and they have maintained speaking their language where there are no Baganda. You go in any part of the world and you'll find them, and they have promoted their culture. But also, having said that, promoting your culture is one of the ways you can be strong in your culture. And that culture should be able to do business. So if you are not manufacturing, if you are not a good farmer, if you are not a good producer, if you don't have a niche in something that is unique, your culture can easily face challenges of extinction. And so those are some of the challenges we need to look at. When you speak English, the children also grow speaking English. And you both lose your culture. And the children lose their culture. And you're all both rising at different levels of generation. So those generations are being killed.
Now you're giving me an assignment to go and teach Mr. Mbowa Runyankole after 14 years. But
I hope he speaks Runyankole
not even
or
one
Luganda.
word.
You speak Luganda?
Yes, for me at least I know a bit of Luganda, but he
Okay.
doesn't. But for married people out there, as you've heard, it's actually important. And the way I'd never thought about it like that. It's important. If you love me, love my culture, and learn the basics. Just basics. I think it would even make things much easier. So what are the other challenges of these cultural differences? Apart from communication, what are the other challenges we face with these differences?
First of all, we also have not only languages, but we also have things like food. So there's food which can be eaten elsewhere, like millet, in Toro, in Ankole, Ruchiga, there may be Mogusha, but with some Karo, you go in Teso, Lango, all those places, I'm told they call it Lango. So all those, you find that they are eating millet. Now, millet is one of those good food that you can promote elsewhere. But anyway, without going into food can also be an issue. Somebody told me that they visited somewhere and the best dish they give a guest is rats. And they said, so how did you navigate? Said they declared the fasting.
Just that I don't eat rats, so I declare fast.
Yeah. But also having said that, so food can be such a serious thing in culture. When somebody wants the food they have grown. Like for me, we are all from Toro with my wife. But in Fort Portal, they eat more of matoke. And in Mwenge, they eat more of millet and other foods.
This is the same culture, right?
Yes, and we have similar cultures.
But
we
they
eat
are
matoke
different.
also, but the other side, they eat more matoke and we eat more millet. How about the clans? I'm Msita. So for us, we eat more millet than anybody else in the
Even
country.
clans have specific foods they eat.
Exactly.
Wow.
So culture on food is really, really distinct. But also in other belief systems, like in Toro, a woman cannot go to milk cows.
Why not?
No. I mean, because first of all, by the mere fact that you can't putting on trousers, say put off to your in-laws and the rest of the people. That is the old system. But today you find a woman with the zero grazing cows putting on their boots and their trousers, and they're having machines even preparing. So you remember the issue of dynamism I was telling you, that cultures are dynamic and they are evolving time and again. So it's now okay. But if you checked in other countries, you'll find girls are the ones who are milking cows.
Yes.
You get it?
Very well.
Yes. In Toro, we look at people who rear cows as abahuma or pastoralists. So we cannot milk goats. But trust me, goat's milk is so rich than even cow's milk.
Yes.
So those are some of the stereotypes you meet in these cultural settings or beliefs because of their past history and other things like that. So those cultural beliefs are a serious problem. Of course, the prejudices will be there. Like, for example, I heard of somebody in the East. They are saying that when they produce the first child in the olden days, there is a tribe that they used to eat that child.
But was that true?
And that person said, oh my goodness,
I cannot marry
I will not. No, they found themselves in it.
Oh.
And they said, we can never sleep there.
And when you sleep, they may take their child.
Yeah, they may take the child. And so when they go, they have to go that day and make sure they come back.
And most likely not take the first child.
They will
I
leave the
wouldn't
person.
bring my child.
And if they go with the child, the first child, they go with security. So you never know.
But now, don't you think these are things we should actually talk about?
Exactly.
Before?
Those belief systems, those prejudices, those stereotypes, those old things that have now evolved, even been neglected. Some of them may be there, but they are strong ones. I saw in the city as one of the cultures where you know that they circumcise you by force. So the gentleman went and knew that he's born from this area where they circumcise, and he went to one of the hospitals and was circumcised. But he was chased and he was captured and opened. to see, and they found the man circumcised. So they said, this one is, but after a long chase.
So it's serious. And you come from nowhere and find this man, and then you find people chasing your husband on that street.
Exactly.
Like,
and so the guy told me, he said, you know what? He used to be a good sprinter. I took off.
And they chased him down.
Anyway, they chased him down, captured him, and they knew they had gotten somebody who they knew they felt should be identifying themselves with their tribe, and to check the man is circumcised. And then they said, so all these are belief systems which bring a lot of prejudices and whatever. But also, these things, you can overcome them. You can overcome them.
How?
How to overcome these challenges is, first of all, to identify the opportunities.
Okay.
To identify the opportunities. One, you said, for better, for worse, until death do us part. Now you're going to live with this person. Are you going to live in opposition?
Definitely.
You had better forge a mechanism of how to be together. So oneness is very important. Create oneness. You and Mr. Mbowa, make sure if your relatives are to attack Mr. Mbowa, protect him. If his relatives want to attack you on anything, he should protect you. I believe now, for the best thing the Mbowas they put on to be in such a function is to put on a gomez.
And I put them on.
Yes, but you need not contextualize. When can I put on a gomez and when can I not? When do I put on working trousers or suits or not, or working dresses? So we need to contextualize things so that we become flexible, and then our cultures do not become inconveniences.
And what I'm hearing, Reverend, is even before we get into the marriage, we need to study this person's belief. I understand what is the Mbowa's belief about maybe Sunday. Do they sit on the table? Do they go to their parents' home? Because I'm one of those parents who I want my children every Sunday to come back. And then you find the person marrying the child does not know that. So we start saying, today we are going to Mr. Mbowa's home. Like, why? I also have my own beliefs. So how much should we put into learning these cultures?
Now, out of love, nothing can be impossible. Flexibility and adaptation are key. If you have found that your family has strong values in coming together every weekend or every certain season, then don't be selfish. In love, with patience and flexibility, develop your culture slowly, not with force. So how about if we went to my husband's family and be there this weekend? And then you all prepare, you do what, and you surprise them, and you're all together. And then when you're there, you use the power of suggestion. How about if we kept coming once in a while and we gather? But we have found some families which are so strong-willed and so strong that actually they don't want to go the other side. They want to dominate and be in one side.
How do you handle that?
Then, of course, that's what I'm saying, flexibility and adaptation. So you, the people who are in it, you've got to discuss with your parents. And the others also to discuss with their parents.
And you can't always be going to Fiona's home all that time.
Exactly. So that you make your spouse feel proud or great in what they are doing. You don't always go in one direction. And so it's very, very important. But also, I want to say that the ladies normally have been found to be so strong. And when they become strong as ladies, they tend to take everybody in their side.
Including the children.
Exactly, including the children and even other things that they will do. Even the people who will stay in a home.
These are Reverend's words, not mine, but they're very true.
Yes. So we need to learn to balance.
If we're accepting people in our homes, let them be from both sides. I think that's important.
Yes.
But also there's this thing that they keep that always, usually, even the children, they like the mother's side better. I don't know if the mothers are promoting their cultures better, but you find all the children are close to the aunties on mommy's side.
That is contextual. That could be contextual. I just wanted to say this: if you got a child from Toro or Umbarara, and you're a man from another culture,
They will overtake.
you should be ready to love them and also adapt from them and create a similar mechanism from where you come from to where you come from. If you don't, the child will become a Mtoro or a Mnyankore. Because there a grandchild is very precious.
Yes.
The grandparents are so precious
And involved in
the children. They are such a heritage that they they hold strong values in them. So you need to have those strong values. If you don't, lose it out. But also, allow me to say that these are some of the stereotypes that we have.
I think so.
So when you find it and you are from those areas where a certain culture which is good with positive attributes, please try to export it to other people. For me, I heard somebody say that if you marry a Muchiga, just know that you never sleep hungry. Just know the poverty is just if you have land, because she will see land and see the gold that she has never seen. But I think it is something for you not to talk about the tribe or the cultural difference, but to see the attributes that they hold much and know their history. In Ichijezi, there is no land, and they want to have farms like elsewhere. Then when you have identified it, please appreciate
And even encourage
each other. Don't turn her into a slave or turn him into a
If a
slave.
machine, you just let her go. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to continue this conversation about the cultural differences and their pros and cons. Don't go away. I'm Phiona Mbowa here at Church of Uganda Family TV with Ring Diaries.